From the attic here. Day number 2. Wake up, go. I had to go to the store, did my thing. Thing being, I had to buy some cigarettes, come back home. Well, anyway, so come back home. I have to walk over this bridge over the Union River. There's people waving signs that say human rights, all lives created equal. I applaud you for your ability to fight for the enverated groups throughout our society. However, standing on the Union River in a small town in Maine, you're not going to really drill the point across. Not much change is going to be made. Your day's more productive, I don't know, maybe tweeting about it or making a YouTube channel about it. But, waving a hard copy sign. Not just that, you had a guy next to you. The group of 4 people had a 5th person, and he was carrying a flag, and it had the Confederate flag, but they're all standing there waving it like, yeah, we're all united. Okay, so human rights and the Confederacy are not synonymous. They're actually, one is the antithesis of the other. Because one group, this is what's going through my head as I'm walking by, is we think all lives are created equal. The other guy is thinking, nah, well, if you ain't white, you ain't right. But yeah, all lives within that context are created equal. Okay, so just imagine today what the argument would be in a court of law regarding that. It would be J.H. Jr. the second, the 4th removed. You are hereby accused of owning slaves. How do you plead? He's like, not guilty, man. You are hindering other people from using the same constitutional rights as you based on a bias of skin color. Nah, because they ain't human. Get what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't get what you're saying. That's why you're in court right now, dumbass. Bangs the gavel, it's over. Right? It's like, yeah, it's like, but I don't see what went wrong. I mean, I did everything right. I own a plantation. I work hard. You mean the guys you hire illegally, which don't get paid, work hard? Yeah, something like that. No, that don't count, man. I don't get it. 20 years goes by. This guy's in jail, and finally it hits like, oh, shit, man. I guess they were equal. And then, boom, lethal injection. It's like, oh, wait, I learned. No, it just doesn't play out like that. People like that, they're not easy to talk to. It's like trying to talk to a shark. The shark's like, dude, why are you swimming away? Well, you're not the easiest person to talk to. First of all, you're trying to eat me. Second off, you don't stop to breathe in the water. Well, no shit, dumbass. If I stop to breathe, I sink and die. That's a good point. It's a good point. How can we find some middle ground? You shouldn't. You're a human. He's a shark. Don't associate. Oh my God, yeah, because that's friggin' smart. Which leads me to my next point. Walking on roads, an invention so many people take for granted. Roads, quite an ancient architectural design, simple and technically simple, yet also quite advanced. When certain empires would conquer each other, they didn't just decimate the entire civilization. No, because that'd be stupid. Mongols are raiding a village of another civilization, and they're like, all right, raise it all. And I was like, whoa, hold. Khan, buddy, look what's this? Well, what do you got there? I don't know, man, but it's a drawing of a naked lady. Well, I like naked people, and I like to jerk off. So, yeah, let's keep all that. And the artist is like, oh, you like it? Yeah, but I'm not keeping you. Slice. Off goes the head. But they kept that. Also, how many people we got? Only like 2,000 left, right? Out of the original 10,000. No, we've got like 9,000 left. Why is that? Because there was this weird thing on the side of the mountain. It allowed us to get there with little to no trouble. It was actually quite great. You. Yes? What is that? What do you call that? Oh, that's a road, sir. It allows us to travel easier. Carriages don't break down as much. Great. Thank you. Oh, I can live? No. You're dead. Slice. Dead. And also the head didn't come quite off, so he's just kind of hacking it like, God, this is embarrassing. This, I always get this way when everyone's watching. Performance anxiety. Yeah, dates back to then too. That's why he's conquering. I have a small penis. Well, what are you going to do about it? I'm going to do what everyone else does. I'm going to gather an army and go conquer people because I don't have a small penis. Genghis Khan checking out. It's those very same advancements that allowed us to lead up to our favorite and probably greatest invention of all time, the modern firearm. Yeah, no, I wasn't. What do you think? The Hubble telescope or intravenous injections? You think those? No, those compare not or to the modern day firearm. People would let their own child die of starvation if it means they would have to lose their treasured firearm. It's like, well, I need this assault rifle to help me to fend off the Jews and the Muslims and the blacks. And it's like, first off, we're in 2019 now. Even white people can be criminals. Yay! Forward march for progression. But no, really, you do need to give that gun up. You were just associated with a shooting and you have felonies. Well, just not paying my taxes. I'm a true-blooded American because of that. Actually, that's what it means to be in a society, people. Paying taxes. You are paying to your tribe, which allows you, in turn, to reap the benefits of being a part of that membership. If you bitch and moan on how people are stealing your rights, but you don't pay taxes, technically, you're a hypocrite. You're contradicting yourself because not paying taxes means you're not paying your monthly membership. If you don't pay your Netflix account, guess what Netflix is going to say? Yeah, go fuck yourself. I mean, it'll say, oops, money wasn't processed, but basically go fuck yourself. So yeah, anytime some fucking white fat guy with a beard wobbles on over because of his old contractor knees, because of being a carpenter for 40 years, comes and says, I hate the fact that the blacks are stealing all the work and, you liberals. And it's like, okay, first off, you refuse to pay a decent wage. I pay competitively, $10 an hour. Yeah, no, that's nothing. I mean, that was nothing 10 years ago for that kind of work. You got to do a little bit more there. No, it's the liberals that are, meaning it's like, what do you mean the liberals? I see you at the casino every night. In this particular case, this guy, he's a hypocrite. Why? Because he just fled for tax evasion. It's like, well, where are you going? Stormin' Norman? That's what they call him. He goes, oh, I just gotta get out of here real quick. I'm going to Mexico. But his little fucking beating heart, he's like, oh, God damn it, that's the only people there are brown people. I hate them. But if he goes to like Europe, it's like, no, because that's all European communists. Or that's what he says. Little does he know, they're not a communist country. Or in this case, continent, where none of the countries within that continent are communists. But, oh, God love his soul. He's like, I bleed red, my face goes blue with anger, and I piss white like the American I am. Great. Did you pay your taxes? Fuck that! No. Mind you, these are the same people that, if you're flying the colors blue, they're thinking you're a Democrat, and then by thinking you're a Democrat, they're like, I'm not voting for him because I vote for red all the time. If you ain't red, you ain't white. Also, that's the same guy who says if you ain't white, you ain't right. You could probably just string them both together. It pretty much sums up their character. But it's these people that I have little tolerance for, because it's like, these are the same people that go, vote for Trump 2020 on their broken down, dilapidated trailer and out in the middle of nowhere, which, mind you, one of the walls is just a blue tarp. And even then, the raccoons are behind that tarp, occupying one of the rooms, playing poker like that picture of the dogs, because they're like, hey, man, it's free board and rent. Go Hillary! Even though they don't know, they're not having that conversation because they're fucking raccoons. But you're too stupid to realize you're siding against your own self-interest. But is that really rare, though? I got news for you guys. We have a really long history of siding against our own self-interest. Long history. As long as my voice is squeaky. Which someone even said, you kind of sound like a child. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I got a glandular problem. I don't. It's just, you know what? You can. I'm not getting mad at you for calling me out for having a squeaky voice. I don't care. I just don't care. Because I can't care. I just keep ranting on. I just keep going. I'm just angry all the time. Why, you might ask? Well, I mean, what do you mean? I live in a fucking attic. What do you expect? I will say, though, I own the house. That is one thing. But I didn't, get it through hard work or genius innovation. Dude, I wrote a book. It hasn't sold yet. It's a fantasy book. I have 3 others I'm writing. I haven't made any money off it yet. Why? I can't find a cover artist that really matches what I want for branding. Some of you might even be in that similar situation. Who cares? I get up. I go to work. I do my thing. I pay my taxes. I'm an American. What I hate is people saying, well, what are you doing with your life? You're a college-educated man. How dare you not be out there? Because licensure is a bitch. It's like, come on. School just gives you generic information. I've talked about this before. God, I mean, there's no wet resting room. There's no, hey, if you do this, this will lead to X, which equals Y, which then will take you to C. No, it's more like this will be X, which will lead you to 123 room A. And it's like, what does that mean? Is that directions? Is that navigational? Yeah, I don't know, but I got your money, so fuck you. It's like, yeah, touche there, college admission. You do have my money. I am indebted to you. Yeah, one might even say you're a slave. Well, let's not go that far. At least you're not locking me in debtor's prison. Or are you? I don't know. I haven't been. I don't know. Someone told me, yeah, debtor's prison's a thing again. I've yet to see any evidence of it. When I say that, I mean, am I looking hard? No, I Googled it. There's different stories, but, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, wait a minute. If you're in prison, how are you going to pay off the debt? Isn't that a conundrum? Yes, let's think about this. I'll tell you what Florida did. They said, we won't do anything for less than 7%. I will not sell. Sir, I am a responsible, moral, Christian man. I will not sell people if we are not getting a tax break for at least 7%. I just won't do it. I have my code of ethics. I just won't do it. John Oliver did a similar segment on this, and turns out the morally abiding man, Rick Scott, he kept to his word. The moment they dropped to 6, he's like, pull out! And they're like, all right, we'll go back up to 7. Great. Sell away. And actually, while you're in prison, you can pay off that debt. It's equivalent to indentured servitude. They'll put you to work. They'll have you make license plates. They'll even have you make that tubing that they use for CPAP machines. There's a prison in Miami-Dade County that's doing that. I talked to this patient who moved to Washington when I was working, and he's like, oh, yeah, no, I made those CPAP machines. Really? And, of course, that's like, wait, you made them? Like, you're the engineer? Wow. And he's like, nah, I just made the tubing. Oh, really? Where'd you do that? In prison. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, dude, I was in prison and had me make the tube, and then I got the fuck out of there, man. I paid my debt. Law-abiding citizen. Funny story about this guy. He sounded just like that. I was not being racist. That was a mark-on impression of this dude, who I'll name, for the sake of this, I will name Jeff. Okay? Yeah, he was just like, no, dude. Yeah, I made that tubing. That's what they had us do. I'm like, okay, so you work for a sleep app. Oh, no, I never worked for a company, man. I've only had one job ever, and you know what that was? I'm like, what? He's like, getting riches, making bank. And I'm just like, is that what you put on your tax returns? He's like, bitch, I don't pay taxes. And you know what? He was more honest, because he's like, bitch, I don't pay taxes, and I don't pay for sex. If they don't give it, I make them take it, because you ain't going to pass up on this dick. That is a verbatim quote from Jeff. I'm just like, please elaborate. While everyone else is like, okay, all right, walking away, I just sit down and look at him. Please, sir, elaborate your strategy. He's like, man, a bitch comes up to me and asks me, I fucking get down on my knees, and I don't tell them to beg. I get down on my knees, and I rip them down there, and we start fucking. I'm just like, wait, so you... And everyone's like, that is awful. That is inappropriate. I'm like, hold on. What do you mean you get on your knees first? Totally missing the point of the fact that this guy is being misogynistic. I don't care. I'm fucking confused. What, he gets on his knees and then rips her down on her knees? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Why is he doing that? Wouldn't you want to lift her down? Wouldn't you want to be on the higher ground? Isn't that where that thing came from? I have the upper ground. I can't win. Liar! And then slice your legs off. No. Star Wars wasn't the guy. We weren't the people to come up with that. No. Have the higher ground. No, I guess, man, just, he's like, yeah, man, she's like, that's 200. And I'm like, I ain't giving you 200, bitch. And I guess he raped her. I mean, it's the thing, though, is I didn't actually hold it again. Like, that's awful. It's just repugnant. But he's, Jeff was just like, hey, bitch, that's what you do, man. If a bitch ain't giving out, you make them. And it's like, and why'd you go to prison? Oh, didn't pay child support. I'm like, Oh, all right. So for all of you entrepreneurs out there who want to be a Mongolian horde, or start one as your business proposition, make sure you have rape and that you've gotten away with it on your resume. I feel like, and Jeff's probably the one to do it. I even said it. Why don't you start a business consulting firm? He's like, say what now? Yeah, you're a Mongolian raider. He's like, well, I ain't no chink. And I'm just thinking, okay, first off, I think that only applies to Chinese people. Anyway, I'm like, let's not get caught up in slurs there, Jeff. That doesn't make a winner. Even though, I mean, look at the guy who's running office. But it's like, imagine that small, like going into the bank and then being like, Mr. I'll say his last name is Jeff too. Mr. Jeff. Jeff. That's his name. He's like, yo, that's what my friends call me, Jeff. And the woman's call me Burt. And I'm just thinking, okay, one story at a time there, Jeff. Jeff just goes into the bank and is like, yeah, so I want to start this. And it's like, you want to start an ancient sword-wielding, trebuchet-throwing horde to conquer cities. Yes, sir. I already have experience. And the banker's like, well, sir, I feel like the exposure on that deal is just not gonna work. And he's like, no, hear me out, dude. I've raped like 13 times and gotten away with it. That's the kind of shit you want. Happy ending to this story. They're like, sorry, sir, that's not what Bank of America is about. You know what we're about? What's that? We're about selling home loans to people that can't possibly afford them. We would never stoop as low as to be actual raiders. Please get out of our office. You repulse us. Fine, Dan. And then as he's walking out the door, sir, did I hear you right? You want to be a raider? Yes, sir. You know, Corporal Johnson, United States military. We could really use someone with your ambitious attitude. Well, no shit, nigga. And you know what? Fuck you. Oh my God, he said the N-word. Get the fuck over it. I'll say all kinds of words. That's the point of this. Don't listen to it then. And the next thing we know, Jeff is in a helicopter just firing down at everyone. Because why? Because he found what he was good at. And God damn it, isn't he a success story? It's like, I will not live in a country where I can't rape, pillage, and murder and have to answer to the families of the ones that I've terrorized. God damn it, this is America. Yeah, no, good for Jeff. Because you know what? He's a goddamn American. He does what he's good at. He exploited in America. You know, they encourage that kind of behavior. And now he's out there running a successful business. What does he do? He's a meth dealer in New Mexico. Because it turns out that's why you go to New Mexico, the land of enchantment, to be a meth dealer. Breaking Bad, and that's just Breaking Bad. No, I think that's why they picked that as the site of the show. They have like the most meth labs per capita. Even though, how do you record that? Like, I mean, I guess you could say, well, we busted this many. But at the same time, they're propping up more than you can count. I say, why not just play the little social experiment? Legalize meth. I mean, you legalized Adderall, even though I guess they're slightly different, though they're both in the amphetamine family. I'm just saying, little steps, big rewards. Just don't, risk taker. I mean, you're talking to a guy, I took so many risks, man. And here I am, ranting to you in an addict. I know, isn't it fucking bullshit? I mean, come on. Speaking of the magical world of drugs, I love how the answer when you go to like psych hospitals, where I used to work at one, would say, you need to take your medicine. And just because the doctor was Indian, and I just can't help but do it in a poor Indian accent. You need to take your medicine. It will make you better. First off, if you take a pill, it's not going to change the fact that life is shitty. Well, my girlfriend dumped me and I want to hang myself. Take this pill. What? This pill will somehow make your girlfriend get back with you and correct the egregious errors that you committed throughout the relationship, thus continuing it on a positive point? No. Pills just make you less, they just inhibit your actual motions. I've seen a guy, he was so psychotic and obsessed with, the voices running in his head that when he wasn't telling me about Cuddle Wumps, this flying magical monster that weaponized rainbows and love to defeat his foes, he was off in the skies riding on Cuddle Wumps, smoking heroin. Yes, they apparently smoked heroin, or that's what he said, and shot up weed. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And God love him, it sounds like Cuddle Wumps was a true friend, but it turns out that he was just fucking crazy, because he didn't know what reality was. I checked in on him because we're supposed to do that every 15 fucking minutes. And guess what happened? There he was, Mr. G. We'll just say his name was Mr. G. HIPAA violation. There they come, trying to get up to my attic. Like, are you committing a HIPAA violation? No, I just used an anonymous name. Get out of here. How'd you get in here? I locked the door. It's like, we got keys. Well, get out. Get out. Anyway, where was I? Right, Mr. G. He once, I checked in on him. He's like, hey, man. I'm like, where were you? Were you in the bathroom? No, he's in another patient's room, but still. He's like, no, man, I was off making a porno with this friend of mine. I think she was my sister. And I was making this porn right in the cuddle. I just couldn't help but get in the shot. But, like, he jizzes rainbows, and it was really hurt. And I'm like, yeah, man. I'm pretty sure rainbows will cause a urinary tract infection. You might want to get that. Oh, can you schedule me one? But then, little did my little exaggeration go. He's flipping out all day because he's like, my dick is falling off. It's because the rainbows are infecting my dick. And it's like, yeah, rainbow balls. Serious illness. Serious illness. He's got a classic case of the rainbow balls. We'll have to amputate. I said that mockingly. I didn't realize he was right behind me. And then he's like, motherfucker, they will. So he's taking his nutsack, and he puts it in the door, and he goes to slam the door on his nutsack. Whoa, 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 whoa. But you're also forgetting what rainbow balls do there, Mr. G. He's like, what's that? They make you come love. He's like, oh, yeah, that's right. When all else fails, go jerk off. And boy, he jerked off for the next 4 hours. He didn't go to slam his nuts ever again. Well, at least in that day. I mean, they could have done it by now. I don't know where he went. But anywho, yeah, drugs. The magical world of drugs. They fuel industries. Billions of dollars a year, annually. I mean, god dang it. I go to get a script for Adderall, and fucking hell, they're like, yeah, so we're just trying to get you off this. And I'm like, why? Why? And they're like, well, because you don't need it anymore. No, I'm pretty sure I do. Well, why? What makes you think you need Adderall, Mr. Cluley? Because I had a whole schedule planned out on shit I had to get done. The first thing was to put on underpants. And he's like, and I go, that was the first thing. It should have only taken like a couple seconds. Well, what happened? I didn't get those on until around 8 p.m. Oh, God. Well, what were you doing? I just all kinds of shit that wasn't aligned. Well, just trust me. Kids need Adderall. All right. So let's ignore the fact that you're feeding amphetamines to kids. That shouldn't, come on. Fucking Christ, man. Those kids, they have fucking parents, though. They have parents that can look out for them and say, don't worry, I got you covered. You can't do this, I got you covered. I have nobody. If I don't get shit done, I don't pay my bills. Give me the fucking drugs. Well, sir, it sounds like you have an addict personality. Whatever, fine. Aren't we all addicts to some degree? The only difference is my drug of choice was endorphins. Due to a serious amount of weight injuries, I can't do that anymore. So what did I start to do? I drank gratuitously. Well, that's not healthy. That has consequences. I know, I suffered them. I lost everything. I had to move back to Maine. God damn it, that's why I'm living in an addict. But at least I can say, the drugs, they fucking help. And you know what? Pick your demons, people. Pick them. His name is amphetamines. He's handy. He's always there for me. I will continue to do amphetamines. Anywho, meth, never tried it. Seems kind of strong. Bath salts, also kind of strong. I did do a bunch of ecstasy before. It's all right. It's all right. My point is, moderation is key, but at the same time, do you have the willpower to block said moderation? I don't know. Some people don't. You can usually tell the people that don't. Why? Because their life is in shambles. They're walking on the street. They're like, oh, God, what happened? Why is my life like this? And the Coke is saying, well, I sure as hell have been here for you there, Dan. And Dan's like, I don't know. When your wife left you, who was there? Me. But you always cause my nose to bleed. And he's like, well, but I make you feel great. Yeah, but for like 5 minutes. But at least I don't abandon you, Dan. Snort me, Dan. All right, God, you make a really compelling argument. It's like, no, you didn't. He's actually enabling you to be more of a failure. You have no moderation. And then the cocaine's like, I think you should watch what you're talking about. I'll come and find you. It's just like, why are you talking to me, cocaine? Maybe I'm the crazy one. Actually, aren't we all crazy? The late Heath Ledger was in that movie. I don't know if you've realized The Dark Knight, where he's like, what doesn't kill you makes you a little more crazier. Is that not kind of true or relatable? Yeah, it goddamn is. Jesus fucking Christ. Someone's like, you sound like Alex Jones, which I brought up in the past episode. Yeah, no, I definitely have a bit of Alex in me. The thing is, I respect Alex in his early days of journalism because he wasn't like a far rightist or a far leftist. He was just he was anti-secrecy. He liked transparency in the government. That's respectable. With the whole Bohemian Grove fiasco, yeah, no, I respect that, man. Um, you gotta have some transparent. You gotta be transparent. However, conspiracy theories, not a huge fan of them because they don't hold water. I mean, because the burden of proof, which lies on the person creating the conspiracy theory, can't possibly prove that. Like I had this fucking idiot that I told you guys about to help me build the apartment basement, the basement apartment, and he said, well, you've got to respect your elders. And I'm like, not if they're dickheads. And he's like, well, no, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here. And I go, well, why is life such a fucking gift that I need to be thankful for it every day? Maybe life fucking sucks. Assisted suicide, the thing for a reason there. They're old Stormy, and we'll just call him old Stormy. And it's like, and then he responds with, well, I mean, God wanted you. And I go, first off, can God come down here and say, yeah, no, man, your life's sacred. I wanted you to have it. I was thinking a lot about you. I always am looking out after you. First off, fucking creepy. I'm taking a shit right now. Please don't watch me. Come on, I take shits too. No, you don't. You're perfect. It means you wouldn't have to take a shit. How fucking awkward is taking a shit? Do you know how many times you're vulnerable when taking a shit? As you're sitting there, about to defecate and release excrement, you are completely vulnerable. If someone bursts in and says, I'm going to kill you, not even just with a gun, you can't be like, whoa, hold on. Let me finish, and then I'll come out, sit at the kitchen table, and then you can try it. The person in there is going to be like, you know what? Good fucking point. I'm sorry. I was the one in the wrong. It's all right. Just wait for my cue. Gotcha. Because I'm not going to call the cops. No, that wouldn't fucking happen. That's not how it works. Okay? A perfect being would need to be like, yeah, so I'm creating planet after planet, and you by no means are a petri dish where I haven't tested this product at. People hate to think you're the byproduct. You're the beta test. We're gonna find glitches, man. No, because we have to be special. We can't. By being special, you're also excluding the fact that no one else is. That's like when you play video games, like the role-playing games. It always works out for your character, regardless of the good or bad choices. Like in the Pillars of Eternity I'd mentioned. Or did I? I can't remember. But I've been playing that game. And, like, it says that you travel out to this far-off land to make a fortune for yourself. But guess what friggin' happens? You get a keep out of nowhere. And then it's like this lord wants it back and you have to fight against him. And it's like, I just went right into the fight. I didn't even prepare. I still won and I was playing on hard. I mean, come on. It's like, shit like that wouldn't work in real life. I wouldn't just stumble upon a fortune and be like, this is mine. Actually, this is an historical site called Fort Knox. You can't actually camp out here. Well, fuck. I will say this, though. I talked about New Mexico. I was in New Mexico. My car broke down. I had, of course, a go bag and some camping products. Just because you're out in the middle of nowhere. I parked the car and right next to it put up a tent and a fire. A sheriff went by. He didn't even stop. He just saw me doing it, and he just went forward. You do that out here in Maine, they will pull you over, and they will say, sir, you cannot camp here. Of course, there's no long stretches of roads where you won't have, like, people patrolling. Like, I mean, there's like 100 miles in between gas. There are some trucks out there that can't even make it that far. Like, they can't use that road. And it's like, Jesus Christ. But if you like your silence, go to New Mexico. I'm thinking of moving there. I don't know yet. The point is, people, we search for meaning. I don't know. I was just going to link some greater purpose in here. But there isn't any. I'm just ranting because it's something fun to do. I mean, some people are going to hate it. Some people might like it. All of you might hate it. My past experience would suggest you're all going to hate it because my voice sounds like that of a child, as people constantly keep reminding me. It's like, yes, I am aware I sound like a small human being. Get over it. The other time people are like, well, I like your voice. It kind of sounds cute. And I'm just like, well, I like your southern accent. It's, yeah, damn straight, man. Anywho, one thing I wanted to say, yeah, anytime you see someone in a trailer the Trump sign. They really don't know what's going on. I mean, for God's sake, he brought back coal jobs. Nobody wants coal, Mr. Trump. Nobody wants coal. Coal fucking sucks. It'll give you the old black lung. It's a terrible source for energy. What are we doing? Driving old railroad conducting trains around? Do we need that? No, we don't fucking need it. We don't need coal. How about this? Give me some goddamn solar panels. Now, why the hell would I do that? Because renewable energy just makes more sense. Man, I shouldn't have to point that out. That goes with people who are like, well, back in the day, I really, back in the day, those were the days. Back in the day, and I hate that because it's like, what day are you? Like yesterday, a year ago, and I'm like, back in the day. It's like, no, that's why I'm asking you for clarification. What do you mean by back in the day? And they're like, back in the day, I didn't have little young whippersnappers questioning me on back in the day. That's what I mean, Sonny. And it's like, okay, so I can't have a conversation with you. It's like, that's the problem with you youngins. You don't appreciate what we've given you. And it's like, yeah, but you're also the generation that fucked it over for us and why it's harder for us to find jobs. And even we probably won't ever be able to retire. I'm going to be fucking 80 years old sitting in a Walmart teaching people, oh, let me, hi, do you need help? Yes, the machine that's putting you out of a job isn't quite, it's not scanning, it says error. Oh, let me just help you with that, sir. Always with a smile. No, fuck you. I'm going to be like, what do you have there? And it's like cat food. And I will continue to eat all that cat food that they're trying to ring up just to be like, make it stop. This is fucking degrading. Make it stop. And I was like, sir. I bought salmon pate for the cats. That won't kill you. You got to get the chicken. Oh God. But hey, don't leave your post or you'll get fired. And it's like, well, I still need this job, but at the same time, I want to die. I'm so torn. What do I do? Well, life is sacred. Really? Because I am doing a job that is actually saying you are obsolete. But I went to college. I got a master's degree. What did I do wrong? It's like, yeah, well, that degree was shit. That's what you did wrong. It's like, well, why do you even have them? Because we like money. It's like they being, the upper 2%, but it's like the system works against itself, people. Going towards a gig economy. Do something for yourself, That's what I like to do. I hate working for other people. I've been fucked over in every job. Many of you could probably relate, It's like, I love how HR still comes out and be like, we're here to help you. No, you're not. HR is liability protection. They don't care about you. They care about making sure the company is all right to operate. If they didn't have an HR, there'd be the state being like, all right, so we have another 2 dead patients, or we have another 3 people dying of food poisoning in your restaurants. How do you say? Well, I guess it happened. You're using 80-year-old meat. It's like, wow, that's how old the restaurant is. I wonder where that got there. Actually, it even says, do not eat. For Truett Cathy, this was his sandwich on that day 80 years ago. Well, no shit. Go. And you know what? I sold it to some customer. Yeah, they're dead now. Well, will you look at that? Truett, you old dog, you're always looking out for us. It's actually the reason why you're going to jail. God damn it. Well, let me get HR. What HR? Shit! It's like, yeah, that's where HR is going to help you. Other than that, they don't give a shit. Not their concern. You're a gear. They'll replace you like a gear. Hey, honey, why is the car not working? I don't know. I think I stripped the gear. Okay, I'll go get another one. Off Amazon. Well, what about this other gear? He's been with us since the beginning of the car. We've done everything together. Hell, we were going to even have that small little gear in our Christmas card to our friends and family. First off, that sounds fucking stupid. We're not having a Christmas card. No, go to hell. Number 2, it's replaceable. Shh, he can hear you. He's dead. He's dead. Let's not debate let's not have something over a stripped gear be a debate into the quandaries and morals of everyday life and what constitutes a soul. You goddamn hypocrite. It's like, no. And as the gear's looking, you start to, project, it crying. It's like, no, fucking throw it away. Throw it away. Can't waste my energy on this shit. No, quiet. Christmas card. You don't make a Christmas card. You post it on Facebook like a normal person. What the hell's wrong with you? Are you off your medications? No, I just thought it'd be sweet. No, God damn it. Now that we're on it, like Facebook, I mean, that's the new Christmas card. That's the new everything. Oh, well, was it on Facebook? No, but then it's not happening. No, I mean, there are demons coming out of hell, ripping people apart I'm sorry, but was it on Facebook? Did someone post that? No, but it's clearly right out. Like, look, he's trying to get in. He has a flaming sword and a huge boner, and he has horns, and he's saying, I'm coming in to kill you. This is real. Like, he's voicing it right now like this. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, though that may look like a demon. That may have horns, red skin, and a loincloth like a fantasy demon. I just didn't see the post on Facebook, and I want to wait for more studies. I want to wait for more clarification. I want to wait for more things to come out. Before I really, as it just impales you with a flaming sword. It's like, well, I'm not dying. Is it on Facebook? It's like, yeah, no, it's happening. You could feel it. Let's not get all Kant here. Kant, like the philosopher, like, is it the honey? Is it a drip of honey? It reviews the honey. Now, if it is, it is. I mean, you could call it magical sugar sap for all I care. But it's fucking honey. Do you want some or not? Yeah, shit, I want some honey. It's like, God damn it. I understand the whole concept of we have free thought and all, but, man, now it's getting ridiculous. It's like, Facebook should not be the authority. Plus, he was, like, selling data or something. You know what, Mark? I don't care. If you've watched internet porn or done anything where you click on a link and then another window pops up and you have to, like, cancel out that window, guess what? They have some information on you. A little bit. Marginal amounts of information. You know what? I'm not even going to try to hide it anymore. People are like, well, I want to be dark. Then go live in a cabin out in the woods, if any still exist, and that's anonymous. I hate the fact that Facebook is mining our data. And actually, I just said I didn't. But I mean, I hate the concept that, I've just come to terms with the fact that my data is out there for someone to see. They can find me. They can track me. I could get an anonymous, email saying, hey, you want to make your dick bigger? I noticed you were looking on how to make your dick bigger. Well, yeah, no, but that's not really what I want. But thanks for the spam ads. Oh, you're welcome. That was facetious, asshole. It's like, well, this is an email. Yeah, well, now we're talking metaphysics. Go to hell. Anywho, this has been great. I've been your host. Am I really done, though? No. I will leave you on this. I've had friends and associates tell me that this is not you are not a serious form or platform. You're just some guy talking. That's all I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to compete with people like the Joe Rogan Experience or a serious podcaster. I am jumping topics like Mario is on Little Mushroom People. That's how much I'm jumping. I'm not getting any XP. I'm not, expanding in size. I'm not clearing a level. I am just talking. So, no, if you consider this a serious form of media, it's probably not for you. That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay? I just bitched about the fact that I hate how people will say, a series of studies show. Series of studies. I love how people, even I love Bill Nye. He's one of my heroes. But even he will say, well, several studies without it, citing the source on like the top left screen or something. He'll just say, this study says that, and it's like, what study? Well, that study. And I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. You're the one who's telling me about it. I'd like to know so I could even look it up. Well, you call me a liar? No, I'm just saying we need to share that academic information. You need to validate it. The only one who does this is Adam. From Adam Ruins Everything. It will cite the source. Because basically, a study could be, the study was done by the Professor Dave at the University of None Your Fucking Business, so don't ask questions. Well then, I'm really seriously starting to question the validity of said study. Dude, we did it in like 5 minutes. We proved the fact that the Earth is burning up. So I know climate change is happening, and we got 10 good years left. But people on the other side, they don't know. They don't want to know. They have a confirmation bias. They're funded. They're, of course, going to side with big companies. Oil companies, of course, aren't going to be like, you know what? We are destroying the world. I see that now. I'm ruining the world by mining for this precious fuel that is bad for the atmosphere. And frankly, it's not all that effective. I mean, yeah, it makes my car go really, really fucking fast, and that's what I like. But it's not good. So does that mean you're going to stop, invest in clean and renewable energy, and announce to the people that you're closing your doors? I mean, clearly you have enough money. Fuck no! No, I'm going to continue to mine this shit out of the ground. I even got these gold teeth and this thumbs up of my hand nailed in place. I can't move my hand. It's always in a thumbs up now. So I can go on TV and be like, oil, bitches! But you just said, I don't care what I said. I know it. I'm choosing not to. This is the great world of opportunity and freedom that we live in. No, that's just exploitation, asshole. Jesus Christ. But what about the jobs? What about the jobs? There will be new jobs. We'll just transition the jobs into newer jobs. And the point I was making, I hate the fact that like we look for like, oh, the conclusion of the program. I just said the conclusion of the program, yet I'm on a whole new subject. Jumping around, people. Who knows? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I don't even know if this can get uploaded yet. So who's ever listening, I've had a couple friends listen to it. But yeah, I have to go work a 16-hour shift just to make money that's already spent. So any contributions that you guys could make would help. But once again, no pressure. Besides, I wouldn't ask any more than like $1 or $2. Just because. I mean, the audio is not that great. I have no background music. I'm not even linking this to a slideshow of little pictures or whatnot. No, it's just me talking. I don't have video yet. I don't have that much money. I'm not making. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys again. Probably do one. I've been doing one of these a day. I've got like 10. So just keep updated. Go to my website and Patreon page. Thank you. Go the fuck away now.